Ben Simmons. What happened to being the best defender in the National Basketball Association? Because Levert just dropped 24 on you, and you collapsed in the clutch on both offense and defense. Now, I know when Levert hit that dagger with the step back, Ben Simmons was not guarding him. I should have paid attention more in transition to see if Ben Simmons was trying to make a smart decision in guarding someone else, or he was just being soft. I would use a different word there, but I can't. And trying to guard someone else so he didn't have to deal with Caris Levert, because Caris Levert had been lighting him up since the second half started. Just, Ben Simmons, are you still the best defender in the league? Because last time I checked, you're the same height as Miles Turner, and you're averaging like 3 blocks less than him. And you have a significant height advantage on the guys you're guarding, because you're guarding point guards and shooting guards who are like 6'4", and you're 6'11". How are you not getting perimeter blocks? Just how? Justin Holiday is probably getting more perimeter blocks than you, and he has less of a height advantage. Miles Turner, again, getting like 3 more blocks a game than you, and he's guarding guys that are either the same height as him or taller usually in the post. And then people who say, oh, he's not a statistic defender. The statistic that you can go by for a non-statistic defender is how many points the guys he's guarding is scoring. Levert scored 24. And he either didn't want to guard him in the clutch or couldn't. But I feel like, but the guys he did guard in the clutch, he couldn't guard them either. They couldn't get a stop. We, at first, couldn't freaking score and capitalize. And then we finally started scoring. Remember that 76ers post from March 2nd when we blew the 20-point lead and Ben Simmons was hugging kind of TJ McConnell, and the 76ers Instagram page was like, it's okay, Pacers, 76ers win. And then people were kind of making fun of TJ McConnell. Well, guess what? TJ McConnell, well, it doesn't show up on the stat sheet, just like with Ben Simmons, 76ers fans. He kind of embarrassed your team. He was out hustling everybody on your team. And usually a non-statistic defender, like Ben Simmons and TJ McConnell, usually they're hustlers. TJ McConnell had a lot more hustle than Ben Simmons. I'm just going to say that. And then I know people are going to be like, well, why isn't TJ McConnell guarding Ben Simmons? Because TJ McConnell is 10 inches shorter than Ben Simmons. And even when you tried to mismatch TJ McConnell with Tobias Harris couldn't score against a dude who's 6'1". And he's like, what, 6'9", 6'8"? My goodness, how trash is your offense? You were making fun of us when we blew our lead. You just blew your own. And you're a number 1 seed too, and we're a number 8 seed. Just not gonna mention that one though. Just ignore that. Kept you from clinching the number 1 seed in the East. I am glad. I am so happy that we could just take away 76ers fans' happiness. Because guess what? Our happiness has been taken away for most of the season. So other fans can start freaking feeling our pain finally. Share in the absolute disappointment that is underperforming. Because that's what the 76ers just did. And before I even hear anything about injuries, oh, Joel Embiid was injured. Malcolm Brogdon, Edmund Sumner, Jeremy Lamb, Miles Turner. There was one other person. Jakar was back. Who's the other? TJ Warren. Yeah. 5 guys. TJ Warren can drop 20 or 30, any given night. Jeremy Lamb, very good energy off the bench. Edmund Sumner usually hits consistent threes when we're struggling. Malcolm Brogdon, primary ball handler and a guy who can get 26 and 6 any given night. In fact, I'm pretty sure he's averaging like 26 and 6 or somewhere close to that. And Miles Turner would have been very helpful, especially in this game when Ben Simmons likes to drive. Well, guess what? Miles Turner averaging like 4 blocks a game. Or 3 blocks a game or something like that. I know it's above, it's 3 or above, like maybe 3.6 or something like that. But all the guys that were injured are guys that like would have helped us. But we won anyways. So I don't want to hear anything about Joel Embiid when those 5 guys probably make up for Joel Embiid's production. Like, especially when those 5 guys that are injured really fit our scheme. Especially against a team like Philadelphia, where they have a lot of guys who drive. Like, Miles Turner would have thrived. But yeah. Yeah, we just clinched a play-in spot, too. Against the 76ers. I thought we were going to lose this game. Maybe I just need to think we're going to lose every game. I mean, really the only game that I think in these upcoming ones that we can win is the Raptors game on my birthday. Usually we lose by 30 against the Bucks. And the Lakers, that one might be competitive, but that one's way too iffy to be for sure. But the Raptors ones, those are always fun and competitive, and last time we came out on top, and we might have momentum going in, but if we ride this momentum and we win out, just saying, ride that momentum into the playoffs. Just ride it. Ride that momentum for as long as possible. That's what we've learned from this season. What we've learned from this season is momentum is the most powerful thing when it comes to sports. And that's true across the board for any sport. And we used it. Man, did we use it. I think at one point it was a 15-3 run for the Pacers. The 76ers didn't score a point for like 5 minutes at one point in the fourth quarter, I believe. Like, man. And usually we don't perform well in the fourth quarter. So I don't know. I think finally, just Karis Levert just got ticked off again. And usually whenever Karis Levert gets ticked off, good things happen because he just goes off. And he did. Freaking step back, shot, swished through the net. Because that is what Karis Levert does. He is Karis Levert. And what a Karis Levert does is make shots when you need shots. All you got to do is piss him off. I'm sure he's like football players in locker room just freaking hitting his head on lockers or something. Like, he is a maniac in a very good way. He is insane. And at the beginning of the game, when Ben Simmons was talking all that trash and just to everybody, might have been the reason why the refs didn't really like him tonight. Because he was just mouthing off the whole game. He was pretty silent, there at the end, except for whenever he got a foul called or something didn't go his way. He seemed very quick to complain. But, it's okay, 76ers. Pacers win. And you blew a lead to a team that has 5 guys injured. All 5 guys who get regular rotation minutes. Yeah. 1 a Defensive Player of the Year candidate. 1 a primary ball handler. 1 dropped 53 on Ben Simmons last year. We don't got to get into that, though. That's a long time ago. But, yeah, the best defender in the league kind of got 53 dropped on him last year. I mean, actually, I'm not going to be 100% because I don't remember if Ben Simmons was his primary defender that game. He might not have been. But, yeah. That's it. That's the game. Man, I'm just happy we won because I'm getting tired of watching these NBA poster child, just like Ben Simmons and them, get to celebrate on the Pacers and dance on the grave of the Pacers season. Finally, we get to dance on somebody else. And it's nice. We haven't been able to do that since we beat the Heat. And that was like back in March. So finally, it's just freaking nice. Finally. Yes. It took me a long time to make this video because I was watching the Tigers, who also won, and they came up clutch. After blowing their lead, kind of, almost, they came up clutch. But yeah, I'll see you guys next time. As always, I'm not funny. And 76ers fans, I don't care what you have to say because you're literally a 76ers fan. Like, what are you doing? I know. They're going to be like, oh, 76 in Philadelphia is a big city. Indiana, just cornfields. See you guys next time.
Love on each other, as in, like, you know, tell each other they love. I don't know, like, who the person is. So, the fuck you doing? The fuck you doing? Dumbass. My bad, y'all. That just pissed me